Traders, stand away from the gateway because I believe there's going to be false breakouts, sucker rally, danger in the markets right now. We're looking at crude oil here. We're looking at also the S&P 500 breaking up to all-time new highs. And this, to me, guys, this is a stand away. And there's been some people that have been very like, oh, my calls are doing really well and so on and so forth. So there's a danger in the markets right now. And I am here to try to save you. Let's get straight into it. Don't place a trade based on what you'll see in this video because there is no guarantees of making a profit in the market. It takes you a long time to become a good trader. So this video here is just to educate you to become a much better trader. Alrighty, traders. So let's get straight into today's training here. The first thing I want to say, traders, is that this is something that I've been talking about for the last few weeks. I've been saying that we are very, very, very overbought and oversold. And one thing I've been saying is that we're either going to get a move down first or we're going to get a push to the upside, which is going to be a false breakout. Then we get the move down or at least a sideways movement. Now, looking at the markets where we are now, we're looking at these are obviously different charts through here. So the chart to the left is the weekly chart. Chart to the right is the daily charts. And as you can see, look at this here. So for you guys that if this is new, if you're new to my channel, welcome. The big thing you'll be able to see here is that, remember, the market is like an energy field, an energy source, okay? And it's all that probability. I'm seeing some people in the comment section below starting to become very greedy when it comes to their calls, saying, oh, John, the market's not dropping yet. Here, my calls are doing really well. And the really big thing here, traders, is that, remember, it's all about probability, right? It's all about probability. Now, as we know, how do markets work? Market go up, market go down. Market go up, market go sideways, market go up. Right? That's what market do. Well, market might do something like this and then something like that, right? So market do that. So as you can see, there is after a period of time of going up, we go through a period up, right? We go through what? We go through either these sideways movements or we either go for drops in the market, right? These are what's called refueling phases, resting phases. Okay, so refueling phases simply means that when the market has had a move to the upside, it's using a lot of energy, and now we go through a bit of a pullback to build a bit of energy to get going again, right? Not a complete crash, but get going again. So the big thing that it's understanding that this is fundamental of how markets work, right? We go through these swings. No market ever just goes straight up like this. And if it does do that, then guess what happens? We've seen that there, right? And this is how you identify a bubble on the chart. People say you can't see a bubble on the chart. You can see a bubble on the chart, but what you can't see is that when it's going to end. So looking at the markets right now, if we had to look at this market, look at this chart to the left over here, look at this. We do what? So the market has had a very strong move up, and then look what happened. We went through what? A very deep pullback. And now we've had this, and now we're pushing to the upside. This is a warning sign that this is a massive probability of being a false breakout. Yes, this daily chart to the right, we may get something like that. But this is like, remember I said before, right? If we have a look at the swings in markets, right? Market go up, market have pullback, market go up. If you look at this up period, right? We know we're getting towards the end of this move. Doesn't mean it's going to crash. All that means is that we're just getting ready for something like this to happen, right? Something like this to happen. And what this is doing right now, I believe it's sucking a lot of people in right now, just like they did with Bitcoin before they dumped it and reversed it on your ass real quickly. And then I know, yeah. Anyway, so the whole thing about this, traders, is that this is a danger. This is a false breakout, and they're going to dump it on your backside, right? Dump it on your backside. And I would not want to be getting involved with this thing here. Now, yes, traders, I must say this. Of course, there is about a 10% probability, maybe 20%, that this thing just keeps going up. If it does, then really get ready because this is now in bubble territory, okay? And as we can see how markets work is that now we're getting towards the end of this move. Look at this here, towards the end of the move before we get a pullback. So if you're hoping right now that this daily chart is breaking up to the upside and here we go again and I would be like, very, very cautious here. But obviously, I've been trading the markets now for 20 years myself, traders. And again, when it comes to my trading, I trade based off my trading system. That first thing in the description there, guys, you can join my next webinar and I'll teach you my trading system for free. But looking at the markets right now, traders, I understand if you're in call options right now and the market is keep going up, obviously you're like, screw that Johnny Howe guy, right? It's like he doesn't know anything, right? And again, it's not about me. Just look at way markets work. And as I said before, right, look at this here. Market go up, market have pullback, market go up. So we may go up a little bit more, but what's coming soon? What's coming soon? And if we look at a move, right? If this is a move, if this is 0, the start of a move, and if this is 100, mean the end of the move before we start to get something like this, or we get something like this before we get going again, right? If we look at the move, where would you say we are right now? I'd have to say over 80%, probably even 90%. I would say 90%. So we're in the 90% range of this move, and we maybe have an extra maybe 10% to go before we get to the top. Now, what is that 10%? That 10% might be something like that, and then it does something like this. So I've been sort of screaming this out now for the last few weeks, saying, this is now a oversold point right now. I would not want to be going long. And now what they're doing is now they're pushing to the upside to really suck a lot of people in before they really drop it on your ass, over the next couple of months through here. So traders, this is just a warning sign for you, okay? I try to give the warning sign for people in the crypto market that are traders. And as you can see, look what actually happened. I'm trying to give warning signs right now that, and again, traders, this is not a sign to go short. I was like, oh yes, let's go short because we're going to pick the top. No. Right? I know what you're thinking. Sometimes traders, what I'm trying to do is just help you stand aside. Okay, stand aside and let the market do its thing, and then come back in when there's a good opportunity. So that's what's happening right now on the good old S&P 500. Let's go look at the NASDAQ, and look at the NASDAQ, completely massive moonshot to the upside. Again, look at this weekly chart over here. Look at this weekly chart. Oh my goodness, right? It's just crazy, isn't it? Just crazy. Look at this here. Had a very big move up. Then we had a little pullback. And now we had a very strong move to the upside through here. And it's just, and now guess what? Investors are starting to become really, really greedy. Look at this article through here. Individual investors are now feeling the most upbeat about the stock market since 2007. What do you think this means? Means that investors are getting really greedy right now since 2007. Oh, what does that mean? When you see headlines like this, guys, the news, and this is where I think a lot of traders, I'm actually coaching some people right now who are under this umbrella when they see headlines. Oh my goodness, stock market is so bullish. I better get involved with it because the headlines are coming out. The headlines always come out at the end. Whenever the market says this, like whenever the market says, oh my goodness, recession, this is so bad, it's probably a buying opportunity. Right? Investors are so good. Oh my goodness, so bullish. It's we're probably getting ready towards the top. And then if we look at the fear and greed index, right now we're in the greed. But as you can see, we're teeter-tottering around this greed, extreme greed, and so on and so forth, right? So as you can see. So the big thing here, traders, is that there's a lot of warning signs here. And if you have a lot of money in the markets right now, there's a lot of warning signs on a technical level basis, and now looking at these other indicators to say, guys, we are getting ready we are now getting towards the end of this move before we see another one of these things, right? Market go up, market go down. Market go up, market might go down there, and then market go up. Okay, so this is just a warning sign to say, traders, I would not want to be involved with this thing through here. Looking at the Dow Jones, the Dow Jones, oh, I would not want to be. This is a sucker rally, right? This, especially the Dow Jones. Like, look at the Dow Jones, guys. Look at this. And if you look at this here, we notice one thing here, traders. The market doesn't get too far away. Look at this here. This was actually the COVID crash. This here was the maximum distance that got away from the actual COVID crash, right? This is a crash before it rebounded. right? So as you can see, we're looking at that through there, and you can see we're pushing up to the upside right now, and we're pretty far away from now the moving average. It tends not to get too far away from this moving average here. And if we look at this from a point of view of sort of maximum, that seems like the maximum through there. Okay, so if I do that, and then we have sort of a maximum distance away from there to there, as you can see. We have this sort of maximum distance away from there to there, as you can see. So look at this here, right? Again, we may have a little bit more to the upside, guys, but this is just, there's a lot of warning signs here. There is a lot of warning signs here to say that this here is, especially the Dow Jones, guys, this is a massive, massive, massive warning sign. If you're trying to get in right now, guys, you are not understanding how markets work, and now you're trying to jump in and trying to make a little bit of money because you're fearful of missing out. That FOMO right now, guys, is going to run over your backside real quick, okay? So that's what I'm seeing now there. That's what I'm seeing there, guys, when it comes to the actual markets. But the one thing I do say is that the Russell itself, guys, the Russell, where are we here? Russell itself has already had a big pullback. So we may not get as much of a pullback out of the Russell. It may just teeter-totter, go sideways for a bit. You know, let's actually bring on the 52. Where's the 52? Yeah. So the 52, by the way, guys, I always like to use 52-day moving average on my daily charts, and then my weekly charts, which is this one over here. I like to use a 24 moving average, and I like to use it more like a trend indicator, meaning that if it's trending down strongly like that, we've got a strong downtrend. If we're trending up like that, we've got a strong uptrend. If we're like this, we have no trend. And then through here, we have no trend. Why is that important? Because look at this here. Why did this breakout here, look at this here. Why did this breakout here, over here, fail? Why? Because it was a sucker rally, right? Sucker rally. Look at this here. Market just went straight up, went sideways, sucker rally. This is exactly what Bitcoin did before Bitcoin did this here. I'm actually expecting Bitcoin to do something like this here now when it comes to Bitcoin. Okay, but why did that have a sucker breakout? And again, you can see here the overall moving average was flat. It went whenever the moving average. A bit of a tip for you guys. Whenever the moving average goes, wherever the moving average goes up like that and then starts to flatten out, if the actual market itself has this, and then we go like this, and then we get a breakout, and the moving average looks like that, there is a massive probability we're going to get a false breakout to the upside, right? A false breakout to the upside. And as you can see, look at there, breakout to the upside, and then it completely reversed. And so what's happening right now? Flat. Everything is flat. That's the reason why, traders, we haven't actually broken out to the upside or broken to the downside, because everything has been flat. So that means we've got flat. We pretty much have flat trend through here. So it's a pattern through here. If you ever see the market do something like this, guys, then it is a time to say, stand aside, stand aside, stand aside, right? So, and then, but the thing is, we're looking at 24 moving average on my weekly charts and my 52 on my daily charts. Looking at the 52 moving average right now, we're starting to get a little bit of a move to the upside, but looking at this level through here, we could still see that we're still pretty much stuck in this, aren't we? We're still pretty much stuck in this overall range through here. One thing I do see though, guys, is look at this through here. So if we're looking at this from a perspective of Chanel's, there you go. Oh, suddenly the women started listening to me. Did John just say Chanel? Where? Now the women are listening to me. What we see through here, traders, we see this market going, we're just going sideways through here. What I truly believe is this movement through here, this breakout here, traders, I really believe it's the start of a new upward trend. And so what I mean by that is it actually had to poke its head back above, come back down through here, and now we're developing what? Because what is an upward trend? An upward trend is a higher high, higher low, so on and so forth. So I believe we'll probably maybe even go sideways, get the moving average catching up, and then maybe start to see the Russell start to break out even more, right? I believe this is the start of an upward trend. And again, we have a move to the upside, and then we have a pullback, and then we actually start the upward trend from here. So if that is the case, where is the Russell likely to go? We start to do the projections, right? So you do the projections from the top here. So projection from the top, then we have projections down the bottom. And then what we do is then we want to just project that up like that through there. See what I did there? I just took the exact same line. You want to project that up, and then I'm going to clone this line, and therefore it actually says, and isn't that a quinky dink, guys? Look at that. The exact same level from there to there is that line through there, which, as you can see, it's had a whole bunch of areas of resistance in the past from there. Isn't that a quinky dink, right? So what that simply means with the Russell is that simply means that if we do start to pick up through here, there's a real good probability we're going to get to this level up here, right here, and possibly this is all time highs here. So what's probably going to happen, we don't know yet, but if we do start to hold here and we start to break up like this, and we start to get up through there, that's going to create what? That's going to create a higher low there. So that higher low, and then we start to have a move to the upside. What that's going to do, that's going to start an upward trend. And if that happens, then we're likely to make our way back up to here, right? Back up to there. And if that happens, then we're probably going to shoot to the upside to have a move to all-time new highs. So the Russell right now to me is looking really, really, really exciting from that perspective, from that level through there. Let's go look at we'll look at oil. And let's go look at oil. Let's go look at oil. Let's go look at oil. Now, the big thing about oil traders, as you can see, is we're pretty much, if I look at this here, this is pretty much flipped upside down, right? So it's the flipped upside down version. So I'm looking at all this point through here. Look at all this move through here. And then we've had this sort of sideways movement through here. If we do get something like that, traders, I believe that's going to be a false breakout type of a move. I really believe that, because we've had all this movement on the downside, and now this little pullback through there. If we go to and how we can sort of qualify that is if we look at this weekly chart to the right. Right, look at this weekly chart. See this point through here, traders? Look at this here. This is where, like, see when the moving average is flat through there? It's like, you don't want to be trying to get involved with that, right? But look at this here. So if we look at this from this perspective, and we go and we draw this trend line from there to there, that point there to there. And if we look at this here, look at this here, look at all this move. And if let's actually zoom in right here, so we get a bit more a better of a view through here. So we can see, look at this here, strong move up, strong move down, and then we just got this little sideways movement. If we do get something like that, traders, it's probably going to be a bit of a false breakout to the downside. Now, it doesn't mean it's going to crash. What I do expect to see on oil is then I expect to see this thing start to rally back up again, maybe get the moving average start to come back down, and then maybe we start to go down through there, right? So the false breakout just simply means that this is an overall end of move. So what I could see happening is up, down, 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 a little pullback, down straight through there, which could be also one big down move, then get the pullback. Again, this is the weekly chart, and then start the move. But this here is probably, this is likely going to be a false breakout to the downside from there. So let's go look at the metals and miners for today. And let's go look at the good old, why do I have that line there for? Not too quite sure. Let's go have a look at gold right now. So gold right now is definitely... Gold's one of the most exciting ones that I do see. Let's bring up the weekly chart here first, and we can see here from a weekly chart perspective, we can see here that we have this major resistance level all through there. That's really exciting. That's really, 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 really exciting. So look at this here. Look, they're compressing to the upside. Gold's one of those markets, guys. It's just, if you watched my video yesterday about gold, you can see the reasons why I like gold. I think gold as for an investment long term is amazing, and possibly even for a trading opportunity that could last a few months or more, could be setting up really, really, really nicely through here. And let's actually go through to this level here. So let's actually bring up the daily charts now. And this is the daily chart now. You can see what's actually happening here on the daily chart here. We've got this low, high, low, high, low through here as well too. We've got a bit of a slowing of the moving average. What I mean by slowing, guys, just so you can see here. The market's going strong, and then it started to slow. It's starting to see if it goes strong, and then it starts to slow down like that through there. So it's actually showing you that there's actually a lot of slowing of this market through here. So we have to really, again, the big thing here is to not is to let's just see what the market's doing. And what the market's doing right now is that's a major resistance level. Low, higher low. This could be another higher low before we break. And if we do break up and if we start to get like a 2,100 print, there is a massive probability we're about to see a really big move, like a really fast move out of gold. And that fast move, again, if we use the channel, because this is the channel here, right? So if we use this as the channel and we start to zoom this in a bit more, and we can see how this would probably be the low point through there. Look at this there, false breakout, right? This actually looks very, very similar to oil, right? Look at this here, down, 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 a little pullback, and then we have a push to the downside, and then we had that through there. So this actually looks really, really similar to oil. False breakout to the downside, and then we had this movement to the upside. Now we're squeezing up through here. So the really big thing through, let's bring up this chart here. So if we see that, remember I said before about the Russell. So what do we do on the Russell? We use the projected target, right? Which is channel projected target, which is that point through there, which would be the channel that I've identified. You can see the major resistance support level through there. That's the major resistance. If we do start to break out, there's a real good probability we're about to see, possibly, I would say, let's clone you. Yeah, possibly that through there. Let's say probably a 2,000. It looks like that. Yeah, possibly 2,400, 2,500. I would say that's where gold is probably likely to go to, which will be an amazing, amazing trading opportunity. By the way, guys, amazing trading opportunity. But again, I'm really waiting for a good entry point from here, because what can happen is we're sort of squeezing up through here. What can actually happen is we start to actually roll over, right? This is actually a possibility as well too. This way, you don't want to jump in straight away. You want to wait for confirmation. And this is what and confirmation, guys. If you want to know what type of confirmation I'm looking for, again, that first link in the description there, guys. Go join my webinar. I'll teach you my trading system, and you'll see not only the setup I'm looking for, but you'll see the type of candle, the type of actual candle or bar that I'm looking for to get in on, to make sure that I'm getting in at the right time before the move starts. Again, you'll be able to get all that details with that link in the description there, guys. First link there. And so we can see here, low, higher low. This could be a higher low, but what could also be happening here, remember, we never know what's going to happen, right? So this could also, if this actually starts to roll over through here and we start to get a breaking of that through there, then what I've just said here is now, it's now pulled back, because it's now, this is now changed. So when it comes to an investment opportunity, I really like gold. I'm in gold, right? For a trading opportunity, maybe use some options on the GOD and so on and so forth. That's setting up really, really nicely. Not for me, not yet, guys. Again, for me personally, not yet. I like to get in on the setup, and I like to make sure I get in on the proper type of candle, because if I get in on the right candle, the right entry candle, then it gives me a high probability of the next move starting. Instead of jumping now and hoping and praying it's going to go up, I wait for the right time to get into it from there, because this can also happen through here, right? If the market's going to pull back, maybe gold pulls back as well too. We don't know. So for me personally, I'm not jumping in this. But if we don't do what I just said there, and we do continue this upward move, low, higher low, if this is going to be some sort of a higher low and we do something like this and we start to do that, traders, I'm telling you right now, it's like one of the greatest trades we've seen in a long time is about to happen. Now, if that happens, let's bring on the good old silver. The silver. All right, the silver. Put that through there. What I'm just doing right now is I'm just making sure that these trend lines here, which is trend lines to the chart to the left, are the trend lines on the silver market. Silver market is also one of those markets, guys, that is setting up again. I also believe is setting up quite nicely for a really big move. If we look at this chart through here, and we start to squeeze this up, right? Let's go through there. Let's just squeeze this right up a bit more, right? As you can see, I do believe, look at this massive triangle pattern through here. This is about to see some really, really big movement. So while the stock market and oil, as you can see, traders, what am I doing? I'm analyzing each market based on its own merits, not based off, well, the moon's doing this and the sun's doing this and the sky's doing this and Jesus said this. and a song I listened to said this, and oil's doing this, and gold's doing this, and the dollar's doing this, so therefore the stock market. No. All right, you see what I'm saying there, right? We don't want to be. Don't make it complicated. See what I'm doing here, guys? I'm overlaying some simple analysis on individual markets, and the individual market is telling me what's going on, because we can't. Right now, what's happening on the Russell is not what's happening on the Dow Jones, right? They're completely different stories that are building up on those individual markets. So we can't say the stock market is this, right? We can just say these individual indices are like this. S&P 500, Dow Jones, so on and so forth. So looking at this level through here, and especially if we bring up this weekly chart to over here, and we squeeze this up a bit more, this is what we're seeing right now on the silver market. This is the silver market squeezing up through here, and when silver really breaks out, guys, I really believe this could be one big massive bull flag. This could be one big massive bull flag that's building overall through here. And if that is what we see it is, right? Let's actually bring that. Let's clone you, okay? And we definitely do have some sort of a channel through there, as you can see, right? You can see the support levels through there. Let's take the moving average off the screen here for a minute so we can just see the chart. Okay, so if that is the case, then let's actually do a bit of a projected target. Okay, what we want to do is we want to clone this. We want to go from the bottom, and we want to go to the top. Okay, then what we're going to do is if this is the bottom point right here, so if this point right here is now the bottom before we start to break out, we want to project that up through there. Okay, something like that through there, I would say. And then what we want to do is we actually want to put a trend line in. And it says we're going to get to that point right there that we actually could get a breakout in, which is quite interesting. The next major resistance level was around that 34 level. Right around that 34 level there. Now, again, guys, this doesn't mean it's going to definitely happen. But again, what am I waiting for, guys? I'm waiting for what? If you try to jump in now, because like I'm going to get in now before everyone else does, as I said, about gold could actually even go down, and silver could actually even break to the downside, right, and have it move to the downside. So that's what gold and silver could be doing right now, right? So we just the best way to trade, right? The best way to trade traders is be patient, right? We know yourself. You know yourself. You've been trading markets for a few years or more. You know yourself. Trying to jump in early or try to rush into something never works out, right? What I'm trying to do is I'm trying to let you know what could be happening over the next few weeks or more, of some really amazing opportunities that are forming in the markets. And once they do form in the markets, traders, there's some amazing opportunities that are forming right underneath our feet. And I'm not just talking about these setups here, by the way, traders. Like, there's individual stocks right now. If you know how to identify an amazing setup, and again, on that webinar, first, second description, I teach you exactly what to look for, because individual stocks are setting up for amazing quality trades right now, both on the downside and the bullish side. So there's actually a lot of good bearish setups. I'm just waiting for my entry candle. And there's a lot of good bullish setups, and I'm just waiting for my entry candle. Make sense? So there's a lot of amazing setups out there. But if you don't know what you're looking for in the first place, how do you know? You could see an amazing setup right in front of you, but because you don't know what to look for, and you don't know how to identify an amazing setup itself, now you'd be like, oh, I'm not. Now you just, because you don't know what you're looking for, you could go straight past an amazing quality trade. Where with me, because I'm educated and because I know what I'm looking for, there's an amazing trade right in front of me. So if you know what to look for, right, it's like the whole analogy of Tony Robbins when he says, look around the room and look for red. Look for red, look for red, look for red, look around the room, look for red, look for red, look for red, look for red, right? Looking for red, looking for red, looking for red, looking for red, right? You probably noticed a lot more red. As if I was doing that and you actually did start to look around the room and look for red, look for red, look for red, guess what? You probably started noticing a lot more red, right? Why? Because you're looking for it. That's the same thing for trading as well too. Once you know what the pattern looks like on the chart, what am I looking for? I'm looking for the pattern, looking for the pattern. You'll actually start to notice the pattern more. Why? Because you're looking for it. But if you don't know what the pattern looks like, and again, I teach you on the webinar, then you'll be able to start to see what's going on here. So this is the big thing here, right? And the big thing here about silver is it's probably getting ready to have another move to the upside from there. Okay, so that's what I'm seeing from there, from when it comes to the gold and silver market. Let's go look at the mining sector here. Let's go deep, y'all. Let's go look at the mining sector. So the mining sector traders right now is still on, again, and this is probably going to screw with your head right now, because gold is doing something different than the mining sector. Don't confuse them, okay? We came down straight up, and then we started to move, and then we had this move down, and we've had this move up, and then we've had this move down. So there's no one really in control. In fact, you guys are probably going to see it right now. Oh, John, there's a head and shoulder formation. You are right. There's a head and shoulder formation, and there's the support line, and that's what. So and then that's the head through there. So there's good support at 0. Right. So we can see that through there. Looking at the GDX from that point from there. So we can look at that point from there. Let's go look at the good old Bitcoin right now. The good old Bitcoin right now, and the good old, look at this here. Look at this. Remember I said before about the stock market traders, right? If you rewind the video, this is exactly what the stock market's doing right now. Look at this here. Remember I said before about the stock market, when we have a really big move up, right? And then we get this little pullback, and then we have another push to the upside. Look what happens. Bam, right? We completely reversed on it. Look at this here. Look at this. Look what happened here on the Bitcoin, right? Came straight up. And this whole move from here was what? A daily breakout. This is a weekly chart. This is a daily breakout. And if I start to zoom my charts in a bit more, look what actually happened, right? And you start to see these patterns all over the place. So as you can see, traders, for me personally, I am all about teaching you techniques that are universal across all markets. So the exact same thing I'm talking to you about right now that happened on Bitcoin, on how I called the false breakout on Bitcoin, is the exact same thing right now, traders, that's happening in the stock market. Now, again, we never want to preempt. We never say, oh, let's go short then because the market's definitely going to top out. You never want to do that, right? Because you just, sometimes the best thing to do is have a warning that this could happen. So you just want to stand aside. So therefore, you're not in danger territory, and then wait for good opportunities to enter the markets, right? So this is the exact same thing. So this is the exact same move. Look at this here. Big move up, move to the upside, which was what? A breakout to this above resistance. This looks exactly like what the stock market's doing right now before they dump it back on your downside. And now now look what's happened. Ever since then, we've been going down, down, down since we got the false breakout. And let's actually do this here, right? Let's go look at the Dow Jones. This is here, or actually, let's look at the S&P. Oh my goodness, look at this. S&P 500. S&P 500 break above new high. But look at all this up move on this weekly chart. Little pullback. Oh, that looks not the exact same, but looks really similar to what? To what the Bitcoin did before it jumped in. See, it's universal based principles, right? See, what I teach you is the 20% that actually moves the needle in your trading, and the 80% of the stuff, like this is a forex trading system, or this is an option trading system, or this is a stock market trading system, or this is an intraday trading system. All that's a whole bunch of crap, right? Because what I teach you is universal based principles and systems that work across all markets. No, I teach you a trading system that if you want to trade the forex market, the futures markets, the 2-minute charts, the 5-minute charts, the daily charts, the crypto market, it is a universal based principle across all markets. See what I'm saying there, right? And when you start to get to the 80-20 rule, which means 20% of the stuff you utilize is going to produce 80% of the results. This is what I'm teaching you here right now. I'm teaching the same techniques. And right now, this is a massive warning sign here to say, guys, step away from the train, because the train even though you're trying to jump on the train right now, and the train is about to stop and go back the other way, right? It is a dead end road. It's about to hit a brick wall. So that's actually the Bitcoin chart through there. Let's go look at Ethereum. Look at this here. Ethereum did the exact same thing, right? And it's just universal based principles. Universal based principles. That's what I teach you. The universal based principles of successful trading. Move up, down, move it. Look at this here. And then look at that bar through there. And now we're hovering around this level through here. Why is that important? Let me actually teach you something here again. Let me teach you something even more, traders. Right, so what can actually happen is we got this breakout to the upside. What can happen is that the market will retrace around 50% of a large bar. So you see this very large bar here, big up bar, around about this level here, which is also these levels of support, which is also around that level through there is around 50% level. Why is that important? Because if we break down through there, there's a good probability we're about to see a move back down to here. Okay, so 50% of this large bar is holding right now, because that's generally where a lot of support is on a big large bar. But if that does not hold and we start to break down, especially if we start to break down below this level through here, well, we're probably likely to see a move down. If you actually see what happened with the good old Bitcoin, look what happened through here, right? We had what? We had a very big, strong, large bar up. notice how around about this 50% level of this large bar, so large bar up, it came down around about 50% and held, came down again, it came down all the way, but then held. Look at this here. As soon as what? As soon as we actually broke below that solidly, that was now what? That was now the start of the breakout happening right there. Makes sense? So that's what I'm seeing through there, traders, when it comes to that. Let's go look at uranium. A quick look at uranium as well too. And uranium, same sort of thing, right? Like it's the exact same sort of analysis, isn't it? Why is uranium, what happened here? Uranium, big move up, but now we're actually pulling back. Why? Move up, little pullback, and now it broke up to another to a newer high before we see that. Now, when it comes to the uranium market, let's actually bring this up through to here. The uranium market itself could indeed, if we're looking at the big picture, what I believe the uranium market is doing is that we may get a little bit of a, we may now get a bit of a pause through here, and we may have a bit of a pullback, and then we break. And if that happens, I'm seeing this here being a major low, a major higher low, another major higher low. Once we break here, uranium could be set to have a big move up. This may be in line also with what I see happening with silver. What I also see happening when it comes to the silver and gold, right? Silver and gold market. There's a very there might be a correlation that's happening through there when it comes to that as well too. Let's go look at natural gas. Natural gas, guys, is completely on a downward leg through here, right? Completely just massive on the downward side. I would not want to be getting involved with this here. Straight down, sideways, a move down, and now we're just, natural gas is getting hammered. Now, this also, natural gas itself, this is the natural gas chart. Wow, look at that, eh? Natural gas. Now, this could be a good investment opportunity, right? Because you're buying low, but there is good support at zero. So I don't think natural gas is going to get there. I personally am not invested in natural gas because I don't believe, like, I don't have any rhyme or reasons or any logic about what's going to happen there. That's the reason why I like the mining sector, guys. If you watched my video yesterday, you would know very common sense about the mining sector. The last mining boom was 10 years ago. Since then, the mining sector's done nothing for the last 10 years. It's been flat. Nothing's going on. What's going to happen for the next 10 years? There's going to be another mining boom. And when the mining boom happens, the mining boom, we might be in the thick of it, in the mining boom in the next 2, 3, 4 years. But I don't know when, but when the next mining boom does happen, and it will happen, I will already be in it and then enjoying the ride for it. My job now is just to be part of that and then just wait. I might have to wait 3 or 4 years for that mining boom to get underway, right? Things take time from here. So there we go, traders. Actually, let's actually just quickly look at the Aussie market for you guys that like the good old Aussie market. So this is the Aussie market through here, the XJO. Let's actually look at the ASX 200 from here. And yeah, just we had this move to the upside, and now we're getting this pullback through here. Let's actually bring on some moving averages. Let's bring on, yeah, so that's pretty flat. And I'm pretty sure the 52 is going to be strong, right? Yeah, look at that strong moving average. So what I'm seeing now through here, which actually could be quite amazing, on the Aussie market, for you Aussie folks, looking at the Aussie market, going deep y'all on this. Wow. I'm going deep, y'all, on this update for you, getting ready for the week. So what's happening here on the Aussie market is actually something different. And what I mean by that is that looking at this level through here now, yeah, look at that through here. This is actually quite exciting, guys. Now, Aussie market could be good. Aussie market could be good. Let's actually bring on a blue moving average, or blue line. And let's see if we can continue up like that through there, okay? So that through there. So if that happens, and then something we start to get like this through here, and then we break out to the upside, that could be quite good. Because the Aussie market's been pretty flat, right? Look at the Aussie market do nothing. And what happens when we eventually break out of doing nothing? Do nothing, we do something, right? Pretty simple, right? This is exactly the way all markets work. Again, universal based principles is how when we do nothing for a long time, and this is what actually happened with gold, right? If you want to know what I'm talking about, let's go to the gold chart. Okay, let's squeeze our gold chart up here. Look at this here. When gold did nothing for a long time and we eventually started to move out, guess what? After a period of doing nothing for a long time, long time, and we do start to break out, guess what ensues? A really nice bull market. But what is that bull market? It's up, it's down, it's up. This is a pullback here on the daily chart, which lasted a few months. Up, down, up, 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 up. But we come off the back of this here. Universal-based principles, guys. That's what I teach you, right? So this is the exact same thing that happened with gold. And guess what? Nothing for a while, big move. Nothing for a while. What's coming next? Oh, love it, guys. Love it, love it, love it. So we go back to the Aussie market. Same analysis, right? Nothing for a long time. Really nothing for a long time. And now we're having a very big move up and then sideways. So what's probably going to come next out of the Aussie market? Let me see. You know what, John? Nothing. So if we did do that, let's actually bring on the good old Chanel again. So the channel I would use is probably that through there. That'll be if I'm looking at some sort of a channel, especially the recent times, we can use these 2 points through here. But what I'm identifying right now is I'm identifying this low, this resistance here. We had the support level through there, support level through there. So that if I'm looking for some sort of a identification of a support resistance line, it'd be probably around that level through there. If I do then draw a trend line from here to all the way up through to there as well too. And then guess what? What am I doing here, guys? See how it's all the same thing, right? It's all the same thing. What I did on the gold chart is what I did on the Russell chart is what I'm doing on the Australian market. It's all the same thing. That tells me if the Aussie market starts to have a breakout, we're probably going to have a move up to there. Now, how may that happen? That may go straight up, or it may do something like this, right? There's either two scenarios I see. Now, again, if the market does do something like this and we break out, we could be getting ready for a big move up like that. Or what may happen, or we can do something like that as well too, right? So you never want to, always want to wait for confirmation. Always want to wait for confirmation. So we have this sideways through here. We get a bit of a breakout to the upside. If we get that, we may have a move up like this. Then we may get like a bit of a pullback for a bit and then may continue up from there, right? So that's also a possibility as well too. So whenever I say this is a target, that's where I believe it's going to ultimately end up. I just don't know how or when or the timing of it, right? It could be 1 month really quickly, bam, right? Here we go. Or it could be bam for a few months, get something like this, bit of a pause for a bit, and then it eventually make its way to the upside from that's what I'm looking at from there. Excuse me, from what I'm looking at from there. So there we go, traders. Here's a massive market update for you. And once again, traders, I hope you can see here that I'm all about using universal-based principles across all markets. And so therefore, this is not a stock trading technique or whatever. It's a universal-based principle technique. And that first link in the description there, guys, if you join my webinar, I'll teach you the trading system that is universal across all different markets. And that's the system that I use every single day. I hope you enjoyed this update today, traders. Leave a comment section down below. Let me know what you enjoyed most about this in-depth market update. Have an amazing week, guys.